The world of Pokémon is filled with hundreds of cute and cuddly creatures of all shapes and sizes. Since the franchise is mainly aimed towards a younger audience, most Pokémon tend to have fairly innocent backstories. However, there are a few Pokémon that are pretty messed up. Here's our list of the top 10 most disturbing Pokémon backstories.
Pokemon of destruction?
Number 10. Yveltal. Yveltal is the dark flying legendary Pokemon that was introduced to us in Pokemon Y. Part of the Aura trio, Yveltal is a very strong Pokemon with draconic traits. With large claws on its feet, wings and tail, Yveltal also has sharp curved horns over each eye. If its appearance and physical strength isn't enough to scare you, what happens when it dies surely it will. According to its Pokédex entry in Pokemon Y, when Yveltal's life finally comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing. It will then turn into a cocoon before reawakening years later and to start its life over again. Number 9. Honedge. The Ghost and Steel type Pokemon Honedge was introduced to us in Pokemon X and Y. Taking the form of a floating medieval weapon, there is seemingly nothing creepy about the sword-like creature. According to Ash's Pokédex in the Pokemon anime, Honedge is actually a spirit that is living inside a sword. We all know that picking up a possessed object probably isn't a good idea, and in Honedge's case, anyone who dares grab its hilt will have their life energy drained completely. DROWZEE. Number 8. DROWZEE. DROWZEE is the Generation 1 Psychic type Pokemon that is based off the Baku, a dream-devouring creature from Japanese mythology. DROWZEE feeds off people's dreams and will become ill from nightmares. DROWZEE remembers every dream it eats and will rarely eat the dreams of adults, as children's dreams are much tastier. To get to the dream of its choice, DROWZEE takes it through the victim's nose, and it's said that if a person itches their nose while they're asleep, a DROWZEE is standing over them. Number 7. Kamala. When most people think of Pokemon, they think of adorable little animal-like creatures that roam about the land. The koala-like Pokemon Kamala is as cute as they come, and what's more adorable is that Kamala clutches onto a log that was given to it by its parents. However, this adorable creature has a pretty sad backstory. Kamala was born asleep and dies asleep. It spends its entire life unconscious. All of Kamala's movements are no more than the results of it tossing and turning in its dreams. This means that for the entirety of its existence, Kamala is trapped inside its own dreams, unable to wake up. Number 6. Haunter. First appearing in the Pokemon Tower in the Red and Blue games, the Ghost-type Haunter has been with us from the beginning. The Pokemon Tower is a giant burial ground, so running into a Haunter as well as many other Ghost types is unsurprising. Haunter has the ability to float through solid walls and is said to be from another dimension. With a tongue made of gas, Haunter will hide in the darkness waiting for the next living thing to wander by. Once it's identified a victim, it will then lick them, causing them to shake uncontrollably until death eventually comes. If you're alone in the dark and get the feeling of being watched, you may find yourself face to face with a Haunter. Number 5. BANETTE. The Generation 3 Ghost type BANETTE is a doll-like Pokemon that is possessed by pure hatred. Once a plush doll abandoned by its owner, BANETTE was brought to life as a Pokemon by the powerful grudge it now holds against the one who abandoned it. BANETTE lives in garbage dumps and dark alleyways where it searches for the person who threw it away. It lays curses on others by using its own body as a voodoo doll to stick pins into. However, if you're kind and treat BANETTE with care, its grudge will be satisfied and it will turn back into a stuffed toy. Number 4. Drifloon. Despite being created by the lost spirits of Pokemon and people, the ghost flying type Drifloon can be quite friendly and enjoys helping people. Strongly resembling a balloon, Drifloon naturally attracts children, but it's probably best to keep your kids away from it, as it's known to grab the hands of small children and drag them away to the afterlife. Known as a signpost for wandering spirits due to its aimless drifting, if the body of a Drifloon bursts, its spirit will spill out with a terrifying screaming sound.
YAMASK, the Spirit Pokémon. YAMASK is a ghost-type Pokémon that wanders the ruins of ancient civilizations.
Number 3. Yamask. Introduced to us in Generation 5, Yamask is a dark-type shadow-like Pokémon that carries around a mask. A long time ago, Yamask was actually a human, and the mask that it now carries around is no ordinary mask, but instead is the face it used to have as a human. Flooded by memories of its former life, Yamask will often look at its mask and cry longing to be human again. If a human puts on a Yamask mask, they will become possessed by the Pokémon. Number 2. CUBONE. Known as the lonely Pokémon, CUBONE likes to keep to itself and will avoid social situations due to the trauma caused by the death of its mother. CUBONE famously wears the skull of its dead mother as a helmet, and because of this no one has ever seen CUBONE's real face. CUBONE will often weep at night in mourning of its mother, and when CUBONE cries, the skull that it wears vibrates and emits a plaintive and mournful sound. On the night of a full moon, CUBONE's cries are said to be especially terrible, as CUBONE seems to recognise its mother in the moon, and so it howls with a particular sadness.
Pikachu?
Number 1. Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a small ghost fairy type Pokémon whose body is almost entirely hidden under a rag. The actual appearance of Mimikyu is unknown, and it's believed that seeing its true form will cause death. A scholar who once saw what was underneath its rag was overwhelmed by terror and later died from shock. Likewise, a young trainer died a painful death after catching a glimpse of Mimikyu's true form when a gust of wind lifted its rag. Mimikyu modelled its costume after Pikachu because it believes that looking like a popular Pokémon such as Pikachu will make people like it. Although a quiet and lonely Pokémon, if you try to look at what's under its rag, Mimikyu will become agitated and resist violently. If its rag is damaged, it will spend all night patching it and will then seek revenge on the one that damaged it, fearing that its true identity could have been exposed. Mimikyu finds repairing the neck of its costume particularly difficult and will often cry when doing so. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming videos.